Good day, my fellow figure-it-outers. Today we've got downpipes, and we're getting real close to getting this thing fired up, and we're going to keep on going. So without further ado, I'll switch this camera around, show you the downpipes. So we got this one. That's the driver's side. I'm not a big fan of stepping it down to from 3" to 2.5". This is still warm. I just welded these O2 sensor bungs in there. I'm not a big fan of stepping them down from the 3" to the 2.5", but that's what fits the truck, and it's a very tight fit in there. So this is the driver's side. This is the passenger side. So that's going to be for my factory forward exhaust wideband exhaust sensors. And this is going to be my AEM wideband sensor that it displays in the dash. And we're going to stick them down here and down on the other side. So let me get to that. Can't put my pipes in without header wrapping them first, though. It's been a productive day out in the garage. We got our screamer pipes done. So this one was made out of the old screamer pipes. Cut and welded where I needed, just like the exhaust. This was a newer piece I had, and then the last little bit there was part of the old screamer pipe as well. I got these all wrapped up, the down pipes, and bolted to the exhaust. So passenger side screamer pipe will come out of the wastegate, dump straight down here, and we'll walk over to the other side. Really happy with the progress I'm making here. This screamer pipe will come out of the wastegate, obviously, and come down and dump beside the exhaust right here. So going really good. Just like that, the wastegates are on. This guy here, that'll be for dome pressure once I get a boost controller. For now, we're running off just the gate spring. I've got the vacuum line hooked up right to the turbo, and there's our screamer pipe on the driver's side, sorry, passenger side. There we go. Let's get some light on the subject. So there's our screamer pipe on the passenger side, and this stuff is itchy to work with. So wear gloves if you're doing it. We'll go over to the driver's side now. Also, oiling system's all hooked up. I still got to tie it in. It's kind of a mess down there. But driver's side, same thing. Wastegate's all tightened up. Screamer pipe's all tightened up. That'll be for the boost controller once I get one. That there also hooked right into the compressor on the turbo. Wastegate screamer pipe dumps down and good to go. Let's take a look at what else. So the oiling system for the turbo, got this little T-fitting from Amazon, and hook the oil pressure sensor back up to it because the Gen 3 Coyote won't run without a oil pressure sensor apparently. But that's on there. Came to the conclusion that I need to put my rad back in just to get this thing going quicker, and ended up putting the pipes in here, building this transition, and I absolutely hate this transition, but that's how much room I have between the throttle body and the rad. So it's going to be like this until I put the rad in the box and put my intercooler up front. So we'll deal with this for a little bit. The water meth will be plumbed into the bottom of the intake manifold. I've got the oiling coming up to the turbos already, so they're primed. Had it cranking over. Have no spark right now, and I feel the computer has probably locked me out at this point. So I'll hook the fuel system up, and maybe it'll get fired up that way, but I'll prime the system. First things first, I'm going to be removing these couple lines here and dumping them into a pail, just to flush the cooling system. But that's how she sits right now. Obviously, you need a couple clamps here, 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 and over there. I've got all but these clamps. Not a problem. It'll run without that. That's fine. So, little bits here and there. Ooh, look at that Balloon Master life. Too much two-stepping. Got one of them thick boys. Let's look at them baffles in there. Kind of blown out. Now that you've seen the Flow Masters and what they're looking like now, I'll let you see what I did with the rest of the exhaust. So this is the passenger side. Coming down, using a lot of the old parts. Going underneath the frame. So outside the frame, underneath the frame, there's the T56 Magnum. And we're coming all the way back. And all the way back. These are my new mufflers. I don't think they're going to muffle a lot, but that's what we're putting in there for now. And if I have to, I'll put in another muffler later. So we come back and right up to the turn downs. But I've also got a new drive shaft in here as well. Thank you, London Drive Systems. Very reasonably priced. Even got my name on it for me. So now we're running a 1330 U-joint on both sides. Same thing. And be making U-joint changes a lot easier instead of getting the hybrid U-joint for the front end, and even the rear end had two different styles on it. What else we got going on under here? I've got the TPS adapter from SPE. That has to be put in. Waiting on a couple little things yet here. So there's that. And oh, the fuel system is also back in and ready. I may have to, I wouldn't have to, but I'm gonna wrap this little short piece of exhaust with header wrap just so I'm not heating the fuel filter up here. But yeah, the fuel system is done, and let's go up here. Fuel system is done. It's also been flushed. I said earlier cooling system, but I meant fuel system. So that's all flushed. Got whatever shiblets are in the fuel lines out. Took the radiator back out. Working on that right now. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to this in a second as well. So I mentioned that this thing had no spark, and ECU may have locked me out. I'm not sure if that's what happened now, but just Monday I went to take the tune or read the tune with HP tuners out of this ECU. No problem. Did that. No problem. That was Monday. Tuesday afternoon I come back in. I hook up the battery. I turn the key on, and I have no communication with the ECU. That brings me to this. All my wiring and all my fuse box and everything gone. At this point, I've got another ECU coming from eBay, and I ordered the Power by the Hour Gen 3 Coyote swap body and transmission harness, and I'm basically admitting defeat at this point on my wiring. So I'll get back to the other wire harness eventually, but at this point I'm not going to make it to VanFest with the truck, and it's doubtful I'll even make it to the June 21st no prep. We are May 31st right now, and I'm waiting for parts to show up. The harness will be here probably June 2nd, June 3rd. The ECU from eBay will be here June 10th to June 22nd. So that's where that sits. So sitting here the last week of May, actually today is the last day of May. Earlier this week, I was so close to having this thing running. Like I said, took the tune out. Well, I didn't take it out. Read the tune with HP tuners. Modified it in my laptop. Turned the pats off. And that was all I did. And went to plug in the laptop with no communication with the ECU. Really took the wind out of my sails. And basically, admitted defeat on this, and I did order the power by the hour wire harness, and like the ECU is no big deal. It was $75 after conversion and shipping, $75 Canadian, which not a big deal. Not that I wanted to spend $75. The power by the hour Gen 3 controls pack, on the other hand, is a kick in the ass. I'm sure it's a beautiful product, and as they make great products. That harness with comes with a fuse panel, the wiring for the OBD2 port, and ECU plugs into the ECU, the body side of the ECU, and the transmission harness plugs into the throttle pedal as well. That was $1,400 US with like $35 shipping. Convert that over to Canadian, we're like $1,995, so $2,000. By the time it gets over the border, I'm sure I'm going to get hit with duty and tax, so I'll probably be $2,300 into that wiring harness alone. So yeah, that one stung a whole bunch. But we'll figure it out. Kind of, like I said, took the wind out of my sails that way. But I've still got more work to do on this. I've got to set the pinion angle on the axle. I've got to build the cooling system, which I got the rad on my table right now here. I'm not giving up, obviously. I mean, we're June tomorrow, and I want to drive this thing. So back to waiting on parts, and once I get the tune in there, I'll have to fire it up. I'll throw the PATS tune in there, and I don't know if this computer is just bricked where it won't let me do anything, or completely fried, but at this point, I'm done screwing around with the harness I built just because of that. So on that note, figure it out your own way.